he should have this, because he clearly has the pace. As we are getting underway, it's 5 lights, and they are out, and away we go. Harry looked to get a decent start. There's contact at the back. Christian not a good start. It's carnage everywhere. You have the Aston Martin Go Bucks trying to go around the outside off the track. Sector 1, we have Koopa Killer is off the track. What has happened to the McLaren? Everyone's on the mediums except for Matty. Mike P's on the hards. Fighting all over the place. Quick Pig and Guido are going side by side. One of the lads looked to be a little bit pushed, a little bit loose on the rear. Bag gets past his teammate. They're fighting even. Into the chicane. Heavy braking. No one make contact. The RB does an absolute massive send. Baha overtakes 4 or 5 cars and decides it's not right and gives everyone their place back. Now Matty on the softs, the one driver who wanted to risk it, making a move on the Ferrari of Aaron. Does so, but Pro's picked up a warning as Aquila and a Go Bucks are fighting up at the top. Harry 6 temps up. Now 7 on Psycho. Now 1.3 seconds on Psycho. As Psycho's clearly made a mistake. Christian probably explains why he's had a bad start in P2. He's on the hard tyres. Harry's in first. Almost 2 seconds off the road to the Haas of Psycho and crucially outside of DRS. We have a couple of slicks. Quick Pig could be out of DRS from the top 8 drivers. Looks like he is, so he's going to be under pressure from Guido. What's Christian going to do? What's Go Bucks going to do? He's going to go make a clean overtake before the heavy braking. Simple move. Just go down the cars. No other moves being made. Itster and Baha are having a little fight. Itster's clearly ahead. Aaron doesn't have DRS. So you got a train of 3 cars here. Aquila gets past Christian. Looks to be going wide. Did well not to make contact there. He's not going to make the move, but Aquila misjudges his braking zone. And Christian just gets right back past. It's not what the Mercedes would have wanted, especially with Christian being on those hard tyres. As Dave gets past, Chiz gets past Matty. He must have made a mistake somewhere in that final sector as Harry is just eking out. Matty's went deep, makes contact after trying to come on quite dangerously to Itster. And it looks like his race is going to be a very painful one at the back of the grid. Koopa Killer with Baha. I think Koopa Killer was just squeezing out Baha, but he won't pick up DRS, I don't think. And Koopa Killer was quite quick in qualifying, as we're just going to go right back up here with Aquila and Christian. Aquila on the outside, Christian on the inside. Does very well, but the Mercedes is going to have DRS. And Bag is just waiting to pounce on a mistake from one of these two. As there's yellow flags, it's Dave. What has happened to Dave? He's in the wall. Matty receives a 10-second penalty for corner cutting. What has happened? Is there damage? There is significant damage to the front left of his car. And Koopa Killer's round. The McLarens are not having a good day today as Baha already receives a 3-second penalty for track limits. And that is exactly not what he needs. Itster quite a far away from his teammate. He's now got Chizpros right behind him. Aquila's ahead of Christian, as you would see, going into the left-hander at the start of Sector 3. But now is Christian going to come back at him? The gap is 2 seconds. It was a mistake by Baja. Mike P gets past. Matty and Dave are into the pits. Matty to get rid of the softs, and Dave to replace his broken front wing. Now is Christian going to go for the move? I probably assume no, he won't try and fight. Ray and Bag are going to swap positions. Guido's just behind with Quick Pig right behind him. Gives him a little tap. There is an incident with Coop. Don't know if anything happened. Baja with an audacious send. They don't make contact. But Mike P is just going to stay ahead on those hard tires. One of the lads, what's he going to do? Obviously, he was one of the people who tried to do the one stop and then pitted on the final lap because he wasn't really going to lose any positions. He's got Aaron behind him. He's 2.5 seconds pretty much back from the top 10. But Quick Pig does seem to be struggling. He's outside the 1 seconds as Asuma. Something has happened. We have Cooper Killer spinning round again. I think he's flashed back to get up. To go continue round. I thought he was going to delve into the pits after a spin like that, as GoBucks finds his way into second place. 4 seconds back is not a good thing though, as Guido gets past Bag on this straight as well, going into the chicane. There's a lot of moves happening. A lot of spins for the bottom 3, unfortunately. And Harry is 4 seconds up the road. Suma's now lost the DRS, so Aquila could potentially, this could be the way for Aquila. Christian to pretty much Bag to catch back up to second place. It does not look like those mediums look pretty bad based on what I'm seeing. They don't really look to be the greatest, as Asuma picks up 3 seconds. So first of the top 10, that's not good for him, especially being outside DRS of his teammate. Now his Bag falling back. Loses the rear a little bit. Did not get DRS, but someone who does is Psycho, as Baja has spun out in turn 3. And it's safe to say that could be his race. Set in stone, fighting near the back. So now, Cooper is now within a second. So they'll be fighting for a little bit. Psycho couldn't make a move. Aquila's caught up to Suma, but is fighting Christian, who's just trying to find a gap. He's going to go down the inside. Late on the brakes. They're going to go side by side. No, Christian thinks better of it. But that does mean, unless Aquila can pick up the pace again, he won't have DRS. A great battling, enough space given, and Christian just thinks better than trying to damage his car. Now Baja, Cooper fighting side by side. Something must have gone on, because Baja is giving that place right back to Cooper Killer. Must have been a little contact, and he thought it wasn't right. Now we've got a train from 11th to 14th happening. 5 seconds off the back, so Quick and Bag, they may not have DRS to this group ahead, but they might want to work together as Guido gets past Ray. Having a good start of the race he is in the RB. Next for him is Christian, it looks like. And Asuma could be overtaken and is overtaken by the Mercedes as GoBucks re-overtakes Psycho. And it looks like Aquila has actually underfueled the car, thinking that there might be a safety car, which could be very interesting, as one of the lads is fighting Itster, who makes it past one, tries to get past Chiz, won't. Chiz makes contact with Aaron. Itster sends it down the inside. And he says thank you very much as there's contact between one of the lads and Chiz. They're now ghosted inside of each other. As Asuma's decided now is the time to pit. Now, what tire is he going on to? It's the hard tire. So is he doing a very long one stop? Or is he going to be doing a two stop? Going back to the mediums or maybe the softs. But he's going to come out comfortably ahead of Koopa. Maybe just trying to get an undercut as Aquila's found massive pace. As Psycho gets past GoBucks, Aquila is now with the cars ahead. Him and Christian have dropped Guido. Him and Ray are together. Bag and Quit are together. Itster overtakes his teammate in Aaron 1. Overtakes Chiz. All in the chicane area. We're seeing overtakes left now. Mike P doing quite good as there's yellow flags. Koopa Killer's retired and it's a safety car. Where's Koopa Killer retired? Was it the pit lane? It was. Koopa has crashed into the pit lane. As Psycho must have had a little tank slapper and slowed right down because he's down to P5. Harry's in. Christian's coming in on the hard tires. That's quite interesting. With a safety car. Harry's obviously onto the hards. I think everyone will be going on to the hards except for Christian, who might have got a little held up. No, Aquila's onto the mediums. Christian onto the mediums. Itster doesn't pit and is in P2. So right here's where Koopa must have crashed. This hurts Asuma a little bit. He's ahead of his teammate. He just come out behind Ray by the looks of it. Yep, he came out behind Ray. Chiz is in. So a couple people on mediums. Christian and Mike P are the obvious ones. So a couple people are committing to a two. I think everyone will be committing to a two stop. I think they're committing to the medium hard strategy. But Itster, Dave, and Baha are the only people not to come into the pits during this safety car. As it looks like GoBucks might have made a little bit of contact with Psycho, which might have caused Psycho to lose a couple places. Koopa came out of Race Director at the wrong point then. Well, that is unfortunate for you, but you were having a torrid time, so maybe the crash might have been a blessing in disguise. Cooper, you have a good thing though. You have 3 weeks until the first race of the season in Australia, so plenty of time to practice. And you should be coming out swinging for some decent points. Car was very oversteery. That probably is that was a very big issue. Yeah, unfortunate for you in the McLaren, sir. But the only good thing is, it's only a pre-season, so you have not lost any points to any people you're fighting in the championship. So it is all okay. Now we're just waiting for Baja and Matty to catch up as quickly as possible. And then we will be able to get underway. Harry stays first. I think Harry's going to fly away if GoBucks can't overtake Itster very, very quickly. I'm saying you need to improve setup. Well, that will come over time. Your setup must have been very oversteery then, but hey, you'll fix it and you'll come back stronger. Now we'll have a look. So so we'll look at stops. Itster is the only one not to stop. Penalties, we have Baja and Izuma are the only 2 or 3 seconds. And we'll look at positions gained. So Harry's stayed up top. Itster hasn't pitted, so the 13 really doesn't mean anything. He'll drop straight back down. GoBucks has gained 2, Aquila 4. Christian, after starting on the hards, the safety car really came at the wrong time for him. He's dropped 3. Guido, with an impressive start, has gained 5 places. Ray's down 1. Asuma's down 4. Psycho's down 6. Asuma got screwed over by the safety car, and Psycho lost out just due to being behind a couple other cars after contact, what looks like, with GoBucks. Quit is down a place. Bags down 4. Maybe could he come back? And we know he had good pace last race in Spain. Maybe not so much here. Aaron's up 6. Chiz is down 1. 1 and Mike are up 2. Dave down 2. Baja down 4. And obviously Matty up 1 due to Cooper retiring. Matty is now caught up to the train. So it looks like we will be getting underway very, very safe. Very, very soon even. Cooper, the safety car has came out because I believe you crashed in the pit lane. And I think the game normally makes that exception. Yes, but you crashed on the exit of the pit lane. So they needed to clear the car up in case people pitted. Alright, safety car is in. We're actually going to go on board with GoBucks because he is in a crucial position. He's got Aquila and Christian behind him on mediums, and you've got Itster on mediums but hasn't pitted. So this is going to be very, very interesting. Doesn't look like GoBucks is actually in the session anymore. He is a ghost. That is not good. Anyone else not in the session one bit? No, it looks like it's only GoBucks. So after all that, trying to see what he could do, he's not going to be able to do anything as we're back to green flags. Harry's already a second ahead of Itster, who's technically on 9 lap old hards. GoBucks has got back in, but still has to take control of his car. If anyone is only starting to watch now and has just joined in and wondered why is there a safety car on the top left as we've just started a restart, as Aquila is down the inside of GoBucks' AI. Obviously it's a ghost car, but it's still got great traction. And the reason why we had a safety car is because Cooper Killer unfortunately crashed into the tricky pit lane exit. GoBucks is Ghost AI is bringing up a little bit of a fight, or is he back in? Never mind, he's now back in. Christian gets ahead. So GoBucks' kind of good work has been unraveled due to something that's probably not his fault. Ister's doing a pretty good job keeping everyone behind, and it's serving Harry well, as doesn't really have to push his tyres by much, as after one lap he has a 4-second gap and sets the fastest lap of the race. Now Christian and Aquila with DRS need to get past Itster this lap, as Dave will jump into the pits. I probably assume to either put on new tyres or to call it there for today, as Aquila's going to send it like he did on the previous lap. And this time, it's not going to work again. Christian tried it. GoBucks is to the right. Aquila's to the right. What's going to happen? 3 wide. Christian was on the outside. They make contact. Him and the Ferrari even. And Itster pushes Christian wide. And it's just chaos. Ray gets past Guido. Ray's going to get past Christian at this rate very easily. Asuma's past Guido. Psycho's past Guido. What has gone on in that chicane on the first lap? Ray gets re-overtaken. Itster fighting Christian, and Christian is probably not happy in the slightest with the Ferrari as he gets past. Very, very well done. But he's lost a couple of seconds at the worst moment. Itster's going to come into the pits. I presume he has front wing damage. I did not see his end plate, as Chiz Prost has left the session, but he is down in P17. GoBucks on the hards. Might just want to try and stay with Aquila. Harry's gone. He is 7 seconds up the road now. Christian is just outside DRS. Ray doesn't look like he's going to overtake Christian this time, but GoBucks certainly is going to go for the move on the harder compound. And he's going to make the move stick. He's going to get on the power earlier, but he won't have DRS, and Aquila is just going to make the same move. But is Christian going to go for the move? I don't think he will. He's just too far back. Tries to have a look around the outside, but realizes he has no chance, and GoBucks is coming back at Aquila. Good racing as Aquila's around. As Aquila made contact with the rear of his car, smashes into the Haas. He isn't happy. Guido, quick pig. Aquila's down to 9th now. Aaron's just behind him. I don't know if anyone picked up any damage. Doesn't look like it. Aquila looks fine. Matty gets 3 seconds. No damage to anyone, but I think that was contact on the rear of GoBucks' car with the front of Aquila's car. Now Christian on the mediums to restore the Alpine 1-2. That was not a great exit, and Ray might sense it. He's not going to burn while Christian is. Any other balance with them? Aquila's probably going to try and get past Quick Pig. It looks like Aquila's also picked up a penalty. Yes, he has. 3 seconds. Not the worst. If he can get back into this train, he can probably get rid of that penalty. Christian into 2nd place and will restore the 1-2 for Alpine. Aquila just can't get past Quick Pig. Aaron staying behind. Bag is dropped down to 11th. He hasn't had a good restart. Chiz is now back in. Matty's kind of just chilling for 14. Never mind, Chiz is not back in. He must be having issues with internet. one of the lads sitting in P12 just kind of watching the battling happening as Bag could be going for a move. Door closes, thinks about it, but them fighting is giving a lot of pressure off Aquila, who looks like he's going to be making a move. On quick this lap, Itster picks up a 3-second penalty. Matty and Chiz are fighting each other through the turn 3, 4. Chiz gets past, but he's out again. And now Aquila needs to make the move, adds a little bit. Goes to the left after. Quick goes to the right, makes the move. Asuma picks up another 3-second penalty. And I believe someone else picked up a penalty too. I believe it was Itster and Dave picked up a penalty. So Asuma's on 6 seconds. As GoBucks gets past the Alpine of Christian. And we've got a train. And Guido is just on the rear end of this. All fighting for second place. As first place, FFR Harry is blitzing away. 10 seconds up the road. 13 laps remaining. It looks like it's a done deal. We have Baja. What's happened to him? He's losing the rears constantly. And he's lost the rears. And so does Itster. Synchronized Tokyo drifting in the second last corner. But the Ferrari will get past Baja. As Bag, after Aquila gets past the Red Bull and goes up the road by a couple of seconds, is going to follow suit. As Baja has lost it again. Dave has decided it's enough for him to bear as Guido gets past Psycho's medium tires, who look like they just can't do anything, as Baja picks up another 3-second penalty. Take a minute if we can. Christian's outside 1 second. Looks like those medium tires will not last long enough in a race. Especially, it looks like they're lasting only 8 or so laps before they really fall off a cliff. As the gap to GoBucks is now 1.1. As Bag and Quick Pig are fighting. One of the lads gets past Aaron, but Aaron's coming into the pits. I think Baja is coming in to retire. And I don't believe Christian got DRS. He did not. So this is a free runner for Ray, just to try and get past. It's not going to do it. 8 attempts back, way too late, and Christian's now inside DRS. There was no chance. Baja comes in. Is it to retire? It is. Mike P and one of the lads is fighting. Looks like Mike P has got past. One of the lads goes wide. He's never going to win the net on the next straight, and that is it. Bag and Quick Pig are fighting still. And looks like they are going to be fighting for the rest of this race for P9. Not the greatest. I don't think Bag will be happy, entirely, especially with the pace he's shown last race, as Christian will come into the pits to get rid of the medium tires. And a couple other cars. You have Guido, Psycho, Aquila's all in. They've all had enough of their tires. 3 medium runners and 1 hard runner. So Christian's on the hards. Everyone that is pitted is on the hards. Guido. Good work from his pit crew. I believe gets past a Psycho. We're actually going to go back to them. Show where they come out. Guido will come out ahead of the Ferrari. But behind Matty, a couple seconds back from Christian. 4 seconds back from Christian. Looks pretty good. Christian obviously going on undercut for GoBucks. Try and get him in to prevent anything from happening. Now, Chizprost, he is still battling back in and out. We have Quitpig battling with Bag once again. Nothing really happening. Itster gets past Guido. Guido out of the bottom 4 or 5. One of the only 2 not to have a penalty yet. Matty goes wide. Itster's gonna try. Makes contact. This is not helping Guido. Actually, it benefits Guido a lot more than you think, as Matty's going to delve into the pits after a little bit of contact with the Ferrari. Guido's up to 11th, but 5 seconds off Christian on the same compound of tyres. It looks like everyone else might not pit. Maybe Mike P might box, as Quit isn't close enough. Go Bucks receives a 3-second penalty. Aquila and Itster are fighting in turn 5, I believe. If it is turn 4, I do greatly apologize. And Aquila sends it. Pretty nice move. Up in the P12. Gets the DRS. A little half-second blip on overtake. But the Ferrari's going to come back. But under braking, more grip. And it's just not going to work for the Ferrari. And Psycho's going to pounce on the Ferrari. Not being able to get the traction down in his car. But brakes deep. And the Ferrari gets right back as we have a couple other people pitting. Go Bucks pits onto worn medium tires. Bag is in. He is on fresh mediums along with Mike P. But Go Bucks did not select another set of mediums and he's already instantly spinning. And that's not what he needed. Guido gets past. And it's looking ever so much better. Asuma picks up another 3-second penalty. That is 9 seconds, I believe. We'll have a little update on the penalties. Asuma's on 9. Aquila to Itster's on 3. Mike P sped in the pit lane, so he's on 10. And Matty is also on 3. Now Guido was able to jump Go Bucks, and I believe Aquila was as well. What has happened in that Aston Martin garage? Why is Go Bucks on 8-lap old mediums? As Harry is now 16 seconds up in the lead. 5 seconds from Ray to Asuma. Quitpig another 4 seconds back. Chiz with Christian right behind him. 5 seconds back from that, and Go Bucks, unfortunately, has to make another stop. You have Aaron and the other Ferrari of Itster in the middle of a train. You have Bag right behind the Ferraris, looking to get past and to catch back up to the Haas of Psycho, as now, strangely enough, Aston Martin have realised their mistake and have actually put Go Bucks on a fresh set of medium tyres that they should have done last lap. As you got Bag and Aaron getting past Itzder. Should be the case. Itzder goes deep. Bag's just going to take the positions. But Aaron should get back at him as Harry's into the pits. He has a big gap, so it's not going to hurt him. Guido's 4 seconds back from Chiz, who is now being passed by Christian on fresh mediums. Harry goes on to mediums. Ray follows suit, weirdly enough, but I don't think Asuma or Quickpig are going to actually pit. So they look like, and Chiz, it looks like they might try a one-stop. Harry comes out 5 seconds ahead of Asuma. Bag sets the fastest lap of a 27 flat. But he is 3 seconds back as Itzder has decided we're not going to be scoring anything. We're not going to finish highly, and has decided to call it a day. So now we're going to stay on board with the Mercedes here for a little while. He is going to be quite close to Guido. Ray is behind them on fresh mediums, looking like he is probably the best bet to stop a potential 1-2 for Alpine, now that GoBucks is nowhere to be seen. Quiller's going to go for the move. Doesn't look to be working. You've got Ray right behind him. Ray is pretty much just waiting for one of these guys to make a mistake while they fight. Play the absolute normal strategy and hope that it pays off. As Harry, inside 1 lap, compared to 16 lap old Hards, has pulled away about 3 seconds. As Ray's going to go for the move on Aquila. Little unknown. Clean overtake into turn 1. And it's going to set his eyes instantly on the first of 2 DRS straights as GoBuck sets the fastest lap in, unfortunately, P14 with a 26.4. But is Ray going to do anything to Guido? Or is Guido going to catch up to Chiz first? It looks like this second option, if Guido can just nail this chicane. It looks like it's going to be option 1 and 2, as Ray is going to absolutely just go for it and hope that Chiz chooses the inside, and he does, but there's probably contact and Guido's round in the middle, gets squeezed out, and unfortunately has spun out and lost a couple of places. Harry takes back the fastest lap. Ray's up to P5. Quickpig is now P4 because Christian overtook him on that straight moments earlier and is already up behind Asuma and is guaranteed P2 at this point in time. Aquila gets past his teammate. Probably no fighting. He probably agreed it, as Asuma has lost it, and Christian doesn't even need to try and overtake him. What is going on with the Hasses today? They don't seem to have a rear end. Asuma's gonna go back. No, he's gonna stay behind, which is very, very clever. Or does he realize he's not going to do anything, as Aquila has now left the session, having just passed his teammate, who was on old tyres, hoping that he would do a job against Psycho, against Guido, against Bag. But it doesn't look like it's going to happen, as there's yellow flags. It looks like Matty and Ray goes around the outside of Quit to take P4, and is pretty much guaranteed P3. But he's hoping to get past the Haas right now, so he can challenge as Asuma's in the wall, losing the car every single corner, and just couldn't do anything. Little bit of front wing damage he now has. Quilla behind him, who's in an AI car, is just breezed past P5. Psycho's now P6 because Asuma's letting him go. What? I think Asuma's tires are off the cliff now. Aquila's back in. What's the penalty status? Psycho and Aquila are on 3 seconds, so Quitpig could snatch P4 here. Ray is absolutely nowhere near Christian now, but with fresher tires, anything can happen. Asuma isn't going to overtake. Aquila is going to get past. Never mind. It's going to be Psycho who gets past. Aquila hasn't really got control of his car yet. Psycho's up in the P4. Now needs to book it in 3 laps. With a 10 lap old tyre advantage, he really should be getting 3 seconds off the road from Quit. But Bag is on a charge, and right now it looks like this. With penalties included, it looks like Bag needs to close up by about 2 seconds, as Quit is going to receive 3 seconds, but I believe he was coming into the pits, which isn't the greatest. Yeah, he's in the pits. Asuma's in the pits. Chiz is the only one who's not pitted from the compound that he started on with the safety car restart, and Asuma's decided there is no more point. I'm just going to retire, which is fair enough. Front wing damage, falling down the order, tires were giving up. Wasn't really his race today. Here comes Bag on Chiz. Not much of a fight. There's nothing Chiz can really do. Bag is probably gonna try and hope that Aquila won't fight either, to allow him to catch back up to Psycho. And within that 3 second range, he's currently 2.9, pretty much 6 seconds away. If he wants to catch him, he's got to catch him very quickly. A second a lap pace difference needed, and with only a couple of lap younger tires, the mediums are probably worse than the hards right now. As Aaron receives a 3 second, something's happened behind. Looks like going wide is contact between GoBucks and Mike P. GoBucks is trying to recover as much as he can. I would say P9 is probably his best position that he can go to. Bag is not gaining on Aquila, that is for sure, so it looks like those tires are off as Ray is now caught up to Christian. Can he spoil the Alpine party? Can he make it a 1-3 for Alpine? And a 2-6 for Williams. Not into the first chicane. Remember, he's still got another lap to do it, so he might just sit back, but he's not going to. He's gonna burn his battery. He's gonna say, this is my corner, and you can just sit behind in the turbulent air while I recharge my battery. Guido gets past Chiz as well, looking to probably overtake Bag and take a good P6 after the contact between him and Aquila just up the road. Mike P and Aaron are fighting. Aaron, little snap of oversteer. Mike P with a massive lock-up. But Mike P will stay ahead as we have entered the final lap. And Harry, 21 seconds up the road. It has been comfortable from the get-go for the Alpine driver. But his Alpine teammate has had an up and down story. Started on the hards, dropped down, fought his way back up due to the safety car restart, and is now fighting to regain his place, and he's gonna play it smart. He might as well play it smart as GoBucks picks up another 3 seconds. He's pretty much at the pace he's going at, going to be 3 seconds ahead of Mike P. So he just needs to keep it up as Guido and Bag are fighting. But we're going to go back up here because this is a crucial move for P2 and P3. It looks like he's going to maintain. But Harry, with a dominant display, is going to win the race. As Mike P and Little Aaron have had some contact, and there's been contact with Christian and Ray. Psycho's gone through. Ray just needs to keep it under control. Keep the pace. Will he finish in P2 like he so deserves? What has gone on there? He will finish P2. Aquila will get P4 with Psycho finishing P3. Aquila will drop down to P5 though due to penalties. Christian P4. Bag, Guido fighting to the line. Chiz and GoBucks will be fighting to the line. Aaron finishes 10th. Quick Pig comes around on the softs. No fastest lap. One of the lads across the line. Mike P. Something happened on the final thing. 10 seconds of unserved penalty. And Matty, will be coming in dead last. But what happened with Ray and Christian into that right-hander just before the hotel double left-hander? What happened? Look, it might have looked like Christian might have went for a move and just both spun out. And Psycho steals a podium away from Christian. But that one will probably be discussed for the remainder of tonight. So your winner is Harry. Very, very dominant. Nothing could have been done there. Very dominant display from the Alpine driver. You've got the Williams of Ray. Finishes on the podium in second place, even with that contact, thanks to Psycho. 3-second penalties, and Psycho pretty much swooped in and got the stuff. And yeah, so we'll have a quick look at the final order going into the break before the first race, if we would ever be so kind to have a quick sneak peek. But Harry won 2 Psycho, 2 Ray, 2 Psycho. We won't unfortunately see the grid order. Yeah, Harry 1 to Ray to Psycho to Christian to Aquila is your top 5. Thank you all so much for tuning in for Tier 6's second and final preseason, and we will see you in a couple weeks for the first race of the season in Australia.